After a trying few months at work, Dr. Lydia Herdwick finally heads home to enjoy her first free weekend in a long time. Looking forward to some peace and quiet, she rides the bus out to the small country cottage she shares with her husband, Ryan.
Right. Okie dokie. So interestingly, this one is set a lot later in the past than all the others. The others have been a bit more modern. I am too tired to even think about food. Giddy on, woman. You are tired, aren't you? Basically type 2 diabetes in the bottle. Hey, that's my joke. Never mind. There are no more buses until Monday morning. Really? No buses on the weekend? How am I going to get to the shops? To buy a Toblerone? I don't know. Should I be going this way? I feel like if I wanted to go this way, I would have stayed on the bus. But, what would I know? I've never even been on one of them. Okay. Is this my home? What's up with this van as the Amazon delivery driver? What is this creepy old thing doing here? An excellent question. A beaten-up white van lurking by the turn-off to the derelict farm across the road. The headlights have been left on and the engine is running, but the driver is nowhere to be seen. The grime on the windows makes it impossible to see inside. Indeed, it does. Can I go into the farm at all? It doesn't seem like I can open the gates. Can I... No, okay, I can't open up the back of the back of the van. Okay. Most mysterious. Was that the van leaving? Yes, it was. So it would seem there was somebody inside. And they've just raced off with all of their stolen booty from the pilfering of the local farm. Oh, a bicycle shed. Oh no, a wood shed. No, sorry. Would have been a bit small for a bicycle shed. What did I get? What item did I get? Well, some firewood. Oh, okay. I didn't even realise I could open this. Ah, I don't think I'm supposed to open it. I don't think I'm supposed to get the firewood either. I see. Right. I kind of just scooched my hand in there and got the wood out by accident. That wasn't exactly my intention. I think I meant to find a key for that first. But we'll come back to all of that in a minute. I should have my key on me somewhere. Have I got that? Yes, here we are. House key. It is now unlocked.
Hey Ryan, you home?
I'm back here.
Good. Ah, finally. We have come home in a horror game, and somebody has not been horrifically murderfied. Excellent. I've also just realised this one's first person, the other two were third person, weren't they? Cups and plates. How big are your frickin' dinner parties if you can capacitate so many people? I never will understand the number of plates that some people own. Ryan's toolbox. It is locked. Oh, okay. So what does he do for a living then? Some sort of maintenance work, perhaps, or carpentry. Okie dokie. Still trying to work out what's making the weird smell in here. Probably something that's off. Just going to put that up there. Where is friend
Hey,
gone?
Sweet, how was your day? Oh, bollocks.
Same old carnage. Sounds like you're having fun.
The fuse is blown on the washer again. Did you pick up the spare I asked you to get?
Sorry. It's been crazy today, I completely forgot.
Never mind. I guess I could jam a piece of metal in here and jerry-rig it for now.
Don't be an idiot, you'll electrocute yourself.
Ah, sod it. Why don't you get a fire going while I finish up here and then we can set it on the film.
See, now you're thinking.
The man has a brain. He also has a jumper on, which I mistook for a Freddy Krueger jumper, and got a little bit nervous at first. Righto, what's this? A little key. Let me guess, this is probably the key to the woodshed, isn't it? Yes, it is. Except I don't really need this because I've already mucked it up royally. Never mind. Let me go to the woodshed and unlock it so that any narrativeness that's meant to happen like that still does happen. I should probably also shut the gate and lock it. And call the police. Okay, let's open this up. Now I have my piece of wood, which I definitely didn't have before or anything. Right. Kitty. Okie dokie. Where be the fireplace? Here we go. Okay, the fireplace is quite far away from the sitting area, which is a bit of a shame. You can't warm one's tootsies. Okay, presumably, yes, I need some matches, something to get it going. That's a very striking image. A moody sea view. I can almost hear the waves. Yeah, it's quite pleasing, isn't it? I quite like something like that. If only I had enough money for it, if I'd stopped spending it on pizza and ties. More books, if I only had time to actually read some. Yeah, I know how you feel. I've got numerous books I keep meaning to read, and I never get around to them. What's this? A newspaper? Oh, nice picture of a cow. Lovely stuff. Inside, 7-day TV pullout. What are you on about? A copy of a local magazine. On the front of the page it reads, the Animal and Plant Health Agency issued a public warning yesterday followed a marked increase in farmers and veterinary staff reporting unusual symptoms in cows across the country. We anticipate no risk to food safety or public health, the Chief Veterinary Officer Henry Wells told the reporter. We simply urge farmers to remain vigilant at this time. With symptoms including agitated behaviour, loss of weight and coordination, some locals are already drawing their own conclusions, linking the outbreaks to the increasing number of mutilated cattle discovered throughout the Messingham Valley and neighbouring Dartmoor area in the last few months. The APHA are quick to dismiss these concerns, stating they are isolated incidents with no evidence to the contrary. Others, however, disagree. The RSPCA officer Laurie Cooper drawing comparisons to a similar outbreak in Sussex earlier this year. In the wake of yesterday's announcements, the British Veterinary Association have ordered a full investigation into what the public are already calling mad cow disease. I see. I was familiar with the term mad cow disease, but I don't actually know what it is, except that I assume it's a disease, it involves cows, and it probably ain't too sane. There's Christmas tree. There are pine needles everywhere. I love the smell, but probably not the mess. Okie dokie, right. Goodness, I was just about to say, that TV looks very outdated, but then I realised this is 1984, Phil. Okay, let's use these matches and get a lovely fire going. Lovely stuff. Should we pick a film? No, we shan't, because it's probably the office calling me to tell me that everything's gone a little bit awry. I don't know what my job is. Mind you, it said I was a doctor, so I'm probably a researcher or a medical person. Where's the blasted phone? Here it is. Hello? Yes, NHS.
It's Robin from Pathology. I'm sorry to bother you. I know it's your weekend off.
It is.
It's fine, Robin. What can I do for you?
Except shove something up
I
your
was just going over
backside
the blood test
ruining
you
my
ordered from
weekend.
that dead vagrant from last week.
The one with the strange necrosis? Probably nothing to worry about. I figured we should just play it safe until the results came back.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm having a little trouble finding the body.
I gave Slovenia an earful about it earlier. He's probably just moved the body into quarantine already.
Well, that's a relief. Thanks, Lydia. I'll give him a call. Actually, while I have you, some guy was poking around earlier, asking about the autopsy reports. He mentioned that he was looking for you.
Hello? Robin?
Yeah, the phone's been in and out all day. The weather's really screwing with the lines. Anyways, enough work, you'll miss the start of the film.
Well, I mean, it is a perfect excuse to not talk to them. Right, can I have a look at this? Yes. Evidence. Kitty, aren't I look a bit scary? A letter from the hospital's administrators. It runs as follows. Dear Dr. Herdwick, regarding your filed report of your lost hospital ID on the 15th of November 1984, please find enclosed your replacement. We request that you contact hospital administrators to confirm the receipt of this letter so that your new ID can be activated. Please remember that upon activation, your current ID and all of the previous will be rendered invalid. I see. Okay, so did I lose that or did someone steal it? I do not know. I do find myself wondering... Okay, right, can I just look out a window? Thank you. I do find myself thinking that that van was parked outside of a farm. And it was talking about the cows. So I'm wondering if maybe that van has something to do with maybe some of these mutilated cows. Right. This is a very dynamic film. Let me sit. Let me park my patoot.
Everything okay?
I'm fine. It's just you remember that homeless guy I told you about last week?
Yeah, thanks for those nightmares.
Nice
by the way.
hat.
Well, he died a few days later. I wanted to run a few tests just to dot the I's, but Sloveni's being a real dick about it.
I do hate that you have to deal with crazies like that.
What, Sloveni?
You know what I mean.
My scratch has healed just fine, by the way. Thank you for asking. He was just a hurt and confused man, not some raging monster.
Still, call me overprotective. I don't like mad hobos lunging at my wife.
You remember I had to rescue you from a spider this morning?
That's totally unfair. I had soap in my nose. Besides, 8 legs against 2, it's just a plain unfair advantage.
Oh, I see. You just needed me as backup.
Exactly. I could have taken it.
Sure you could. Anyway, I'm sick of talking about work. Can we just watch the film?
Like you're going to stay awake for the whole thing.
Just watch me.
But he wants to watch the film. Yeah, I was just thinking, I think them black bars are getting a tiny bit closer together. But never mind, it seems the letterbox is being shut. Day 2, the 8th of December. Oh, okay, so we're going to have a little bit more of like a slow build-up over time, perhaps. Different events happening on different days. I see.
Feels like I've been asleep forever. What time is it? Ryan?
He's abandoned you. Not even left a Dear Lydia note on the nightstand. Dear Lydia, thanks for being my sword and shield, but frankly you're getting on my nerves a little bit, so I've run away. Oh, probably because I forgot to shut the shed. Can't say I wholeheartedly blame you. Okay, right, is there anything in here I could make use of? This drawer is locked. I could slip the lock with something slim enough. Oh, okay, certainly not me then, because I'm incredibly overweight. But we'll leave that to one side and carry on with life. And more books. Many, many books indeed. Many clothes. Horribly not folded, though, leaving them pretty creased. Maybe that's why I'm so busy, because I always have to do lots of ironing, because Please tell me those are leaves and not blood. It's blood, isn't it? I already know it's blood. Oh, gosh. Okie dokie. Anything in here? A paint can. The lid is wedged down tight. Or perhaps you could open it with like a knife or something. A medicinal hand cream. Is this for the scratches? Medicated skin cream for the treatment of eczema. I don't know if it's the cold weather, but my hands have been flaring up viciously over the last few months. I see, finally, a character I can empathise with. Anything else in here? What about out front? No, everything seems above board. Oh dear. I appear to have gotten myself a little bit stuck. Right. It seems this game doesn't save as you go along, so I've had to start a new game, and this time I am not going to get quite so stuck on the window ledge. Right. I have returned us to the world's stickiest window ledge, and this time I'm not going to get stuck on it. Again, I could open this if I could find the right sort of thing. Okay, so it seems like there is nothing upstairs that I can really make use of, so let me head back downstairs and see if I can figure out where Ryan's gone. I'm going to guess he has gone to the great big toolbox in the sky, judging off all the blood. Now, I don't want to investigate this for evidence, so here we are. There's blood everywhere. A trail of wet blood and devastation runs along the hallway. The direction of the blood drops starts in the living room and leads out to the back door. Whatever happened here was quick and brutal. Yes, indeed. And then it went out to the shed, where it presumably continued. What's this shiny thing? The hell was that? What's this shiny thing? It's like a pair of glasses? Ryan's glasses, they are bent out of shape. Oh no, that's an item. Those aren't inventory, it's an item. The lenses are smashed and the metal wireframes are twisted out of shape. Those are relatively thin. Maybe I could use them to open the drawers? Is this locked? The key can be seen on the other side of the lock. Okay. Yes. Locked shed door. The shed door is locked up tight from the inside and the lock can still be seen on the door. The wooden boards are beaten and covered in fresh marks. Yes. Scratches. I'm curious. Could I do the classic put a newspaper under the door, then poke through the lock, make the key drop down, and then bring the key back out? Could I do that old classic? That old chestnut? Could I give that a wee try? I'm not sure. Let me check around the rest of the house just to see if he's hiding anywhere else, just to be a bit silly. Doesn't seem like it, no. This newspaper wasn't an item, was it? No, that was just a piece of evidence, I think. Okay, let me quickly try using the spectacles to get into these locks. Yeah. Let me see if these work. No? No, okay, so it doesn't work there. Let me try using it on the lock then, see if I can push the key through. Through here, yes. I can't use that here. Okay, that's odd because you didn't say that before when I tried to do it on the lock. Curious. This gate is being held closed by rope tied to the post, so perhaps if I could cut that, I could go out the back gate. Why? I don't know. Well, I know why, because the place is full of blood and murder and death, and Ryan's probably dead, so, you know, there's like every reason to want to escape. This explains the phone. The line has been cut. Yes, the line from the phone junction box has been severed. The cut has been made cleanly, leaving no doubt that it was intentional. Yeah, I think if it had been accidental, if somebody had just accidentally ended up in your garden and accidentally cut the phone lines, they could have also accidentally knocked on the door and apologised. But we'll leave that to one side for a minute. So, there's some pencils there. I don't think I can use those, though. Let me have a little poke around the house and see if I can find anything else that might be thin enough that I could use to open any of these locked drawers. A fuse is missing from the fuse box. A fuse for the washer is missing. I didn't get around to picking up a replacement. If I want to get it working again, I'll have to improvise. Why would I want the washing machine to work? I can't open it until the cycle is finished. Okay, so if I can get a fuse working somehow, I can get the washing machine to keep working, and then it'll finish its cycle, and then I can open it, and presumably there'll be something inside that will come in handy. Okay. Interesting. So there's the toolbox, which has definitely got something shiny inside it, but it's locked. So I need to find a key for that, to open the box, and then maybe that will have what I need in there in order to jury-rig the fuse to get it working. What's that? My wedding ring. Why are you wearing it? Ryan wanted something flashier, but the plain silver band we settled on is much more my style. Interesting. Half the time I don't even remember getting into bed at night. Okay, that's either a sign that you're working too much, or that you're having some very unfortunate events occur to you whilst out on dates. Nothing there, and then again, if I could slip through something thin enough. See, this is bizarre, right? Because when I use this here, the inventory overlay goes away as if it was working, judging by how it works in the previous games, but then nothing actually happens and it's still locked. And when I was over there by that door, when it wouldn't work, it said I can't use that here. It's all very mysterious. I don't quite see, unless I need to use the glasses on this perhaps. I can't use that here. No, again, so you don't want me to do that. So what am I supposed to do next? I feel like there's many locked things I need to open, but I can't find any of the necessary items I need to open anything. Any of the drawers, the paint can, or the toolbox. Right, okay. This makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. The main thing that makes no sense to me whatsoever is that somehow the audio has all died, which is a real pain in the backside, and I've got no idea why that's happened. But never mind, I had to look this up because it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. You're supposed to use the glasses on this, I think. It's unlocked. Yes. And then you can open this, which gets you a credit card, which is presumably the thing thin enough in order to open all the stuff. But all of the audio is dead, which means you're going to have to restart the game again in order to get you the audio. Right. The music's working now. Yes, the audio on my entire computer broke in between the last bit of footage and this bit of footage, but that's completely beside the point. Hello, friend. Hope you're having a nice time. Right. Goodness sake. Right. Let's use a pair of spectacles as a fuse, because I'm pretty sure that's how fuses work. And now the cycle is finished, and we can get the credit card. There we go. Now, I should be able to use this credit card to open the locked drawers that we've got here. Yeah. So if I use this, it's open. That gives me access to a key. Does it say what this key is for? This is for the toolbox. Okay. If I could get through like 5 minutes of this game without something breaking, whether it's something in the game or otherwise, that would be lovely. Is this one locked as well? Yeah. Let's see if we can open this one. There we go. And inside here we've got a ruler. Ah, a ruler. That will come in handy for, I don't know, hitting my hand on when I want to seem domineering. I haven't got a clue. What was that that broke? Another window, presumably. I don't know where, though. Oh, this one. Goodness. The window has been forced open. Yes. Well, yes. Yes, indeed. Sorry, giddy on. This hasn't gone quite the way I expected. Where's the key? Here we go. Oh, come on, use it. Thank you. So what's in here? A screwdriver, a flat-headed screwdriver. What am I to use this for? Other than to unscrew something, of course. What do I want to use this on? This, maybe? I doubt it. No. Can I use any of these various items on this? Maybe I could poke the key through with this? Head's too wide, maybe something slimmer would do the job. Okay. This. That could work once the key has been dislodged. Oh, okay, so I like put that under the door and then like scrape it around to get it open like that. It's not a match, is it? I can't use that here, no. Those are the only items I've got. Okay, so we're a little further forward, but we're still pretty stuck. Let me quickly examine, yes, the site of the breakage. Make sure there's nothing here. Doesn't seem like it, no. So, what am I to do now? I need to find the item that I can use to dislodge that. Oh, there's the hospital ID card. Is this the old one or the new one? The old one, the one I lost at the hospital when it was almost in pristine condition. Now it's faded and coated with grime. I get the distinct impression that what's going on here is that homeless man she was talking about. I think somehow he either did die and then he came back to life, because that wouldn't be unprecedented for this series of games, or he either didn't die but somehow stole her key card, which allowed him to escape the hospital, and has now for some reason been tracking her down. I mean, he clearly didn't like me in the first place because he scratched me a lot. But why would he have any particular desire to track me down? Oh, could I use the screwdriver to open this, perhaps? I mean, that is physically what you do with these things. I've done that before. Paint can full of rusty nails. Okay, a 4-inch nail. Why would you keep nails in a paint can? And why would you keep rusty nails near to your well, near to your rump in a bathroom. That all seems a little bizarre. There we go. The key has been pushed loose, and now I can use the ruler in order to get hold of the key. Now I can use the key. No, I can't. I thought I could use the key. Oh, there it is. I've got to pick the thing up first. That's probably a sensible idea. Now I can do this. There we go. There we are. Much better. Much better indeed. Maybe not so much better now that I actually think about it. Oh dear. Are you still alive?
My God, Ryan, what's happened?
Evidence, presumably of the body. Found injured in the shed, he appears to have escaped his attacker by locking himself inside, bleeding heavily from his savage wounds to the chest and face as he unconscious, but still breathing. Okay, that's hopeful. Hopefully he's not entirely doomed then. Not yet, anyway. How does... Well, this is a little bit of a predicament. Where'd the music go all of a sudden? So it is definitely that homeless man. And he's turned my television on, making me waste all the electricity. How very naughty of him. Oh well, never mind. Oh, I'm still alive. Okay, where are we going now for day 3 of this little adventure of ours? I'm in a warehouse? Yes. Okay. What am I doing here? Presumably he's brought me here. He's not just both unconscious, and then he's either brought me, or both of us, here. This is perhaps where he's been living, perhaps? An old mattress. Has someone been sleeping in here? Well, there aren't many other uses for a mattress, are there? Thinking about it. What is this? He's got photos of me. So yes, he was trying to track this doctor down, wasn't he? Where is it? Surveillance notes. Here we are. Numerous photos of me and my home are scattered around a map of the local area. A number of sites and dates have been marked on the map, the most recent being my house and the hospital where I work. Judging by the notes and the scraps of junk food littering the workplace, this man has been watching me for some time. Yes. But why is the question? What has this woman done that has merited this violence and stalking? What? Heap torn lumber has been here for a long time. Yes, this almost seems... Well, it must be abandoned. Nobody would let him sleep here if it wasn't abandoned. Judging by his very social behaviour of beating people around the brain quite a lot. What's all this? A stack of file boxes that have been heavily rifled through. The boxes are labelled with the property of Hopkins Memorial Hospital and packed full of patient records. I'm guessing his records were included in there, and maybe he stole them in order to hide them, so that it was sort of less obvious that, well, that he'd ever existed, because all the records would have been stolen, perhaps. It's about the best theory I can give you at the minute. Although, what the heck I'm supposed to use to get that rope off is beyond me. There's a gas can. Okay, so I've now have some gasoline, so I could power something up. Found in the old barn. By the feel of it, there is at least half a can of highly flammable gas inside. Okay, so am I burning the rope off, perhaps? Am I going to douse the... Yes, soak the rope, and then I can burn it off using this. Okay. Not quite the way I would have gone about it, but hey ho, if we can't find a knife, I suppose that's what's necessary. Okay, so I've managed to escape the barn, and presumably this barn is part of the farm that we saw at the beginning of the game where that van was. Presumably that is our current location. So... Well, I was going to say what next. What next is probably running away thinking about it. Oh dear. Some evidence. The charred remains of a toe tag found in the ashes of an old fire outside the barn. Upon closer inspection, it appears to have belonged to the unidentified vagrant who died in our care last night. Yes. Yes, indeed. So he was trying to destroy, or at least hide, all of the evidence of him ever existing in the hospital. Still be here. That makes a lovely change. A dictaphone laying in the blood. There is a tape inside. Can I play it? Yes, here we are. handheld tape recorder found in the driver's seat of the abandoned van. The cassette has been filed with Field Report D1248.
Field report.
December 48?
Agent Bishop D1284. Containment protocols remain in effect. With a successful recovery and disposal of Subject Gamma's remains, surveillance continues to the potential infection risk posed by Subject Delta. Field report addendum. Undefined disturbance observed within the residence of Subject Delta. Commencing preparations to extract and neutralize. Moving in to investigate.
Okay.
Field report addendum. Infection risk confirmed. Subject Delta sedated and contained. Turning to base.
I get the distinct impression Subject Delta is me, because it was talking about a disturbance at the home. But then, that wouldn't make any sense, because if the disturbance at the home was the homeless man assaulting me, then that would make sense. But then the homeless man assaulting me is what neutralised me, and then brought me to the barn. So maybe the agent in the van was also assaulted by the homeless man? Perhaps the homeless man is what is presenting this infection risk. Okay, there are some muddy footprints. Where do they lead? Nowhere, they just stop. It seems he took his boots off. How pleasant of him. How very clean and tidy. If I've still got the gasoline and the matches, I could burn my way through here and gain access to this area. Yes, again soaked with gasoline and burnt. Yes, there we are. Is that used up? Yeah, that's used up all the matches and all of the fuel. So all of that is finished with now. So the question is what we're going to find out here in the woods. Apart from people stepping on a lot of random crisps that have been left out in the forest, it would seem. Where does this take me? Oh, a phone box. Perhaps I can call and get some help. Ah, well, perhaps not. Okay, the homeless man is dead. Again. So maybe it's not the homeless man that killed the agent. Maybe the agent killed the homeless man, which I guess would make sense if the homeless man was the man in the van. But then why would the agent leave his dictaphone in the van? Why would he do that? Oh well, I don't frankly care. I'm just going to call the police.
Emergency services? What service do you require?
It's my husband. Someone attacked us and he was hurt. Now I can't find him.
Okay, remain calm. Can you tell me your name and location, please?
Lydia Herdwick. I'm at a phone box behind Blackchurch Road. There's a body outside. I think it's the man who attacked us.
Thank you, Mrs. Herdwick. You said there's someone outside?
He's dead. There's blood everywhere.
I have police and an ambulance on the way. Can you get somewhere safe until they arrive?
I'm behind my house. It's Pertree Cottage on Blackchurch Road.
Lock yourself inside. Help will be there shortly.
Please hurry.
Oh good, there's nobody standing behind me for a narrative interruption. And you're still there. Good. Frankly, mate, you've been resurrected one too many times for my tastes. Okay, so I didn't go back to investigate the body of Ryan in order to see whether he was still alive, so I apologise for that. We missed the dramatic moment of it suddenly getting a hell of a lot darker. Of discovering his body was missing. So where am I going to lock myself? Oh, it's alright. Them's the police. Good. I'm going to run into their loving embrace where I might feel vaguely safe. Right. I just, hello.
Police, stay where you are. Don't come any closer.
Help.
I'm the victim, not the
Help
criminal,
me.
mate.
I don't know what's happening.
What the hell? Stay back!
When backup arrived at the Herdwick residence, they discovered the brutally savaged remains of Police Constable Kes. Upon entering the property, they found no sign of Lydia and Ryan Herdwick. The body of the stranger, known only as Bishop, was discovered by the phone box Dr. Herdwick described in her emergency services call. The body was later claimed, and all records and paperwork destroyed by parties unknown. Ryan Herdwick was found wandering the moors 3 days later. Despite his bloody clothes and dazed state, he was otherwise unharmed. When questioned by police, he claimed to have no memory of what had happened to him.
I see. So I think what happened was the vagrant was infected with some kind of werewolf disease, and when he scratched me, he passed it on to me, and that's what worsened the eczema on my hands. I still don't quite understand why he was searching for me. Unless... Yes, I know, yeah. The main reason for that low number is because with me replaying the game, I was rushing through it to get through it as quick as possible, and I was often skipping past bits of evidence that I'd previously found, so I apologise for that. Perhaps he knew that he'd passed the werewolf condition onto me and was trying to track me down to kill me so that people wouldn't discover the existence of the werewolf, perhaps? Because that couldn't have been the agent that was looking for me. Surely that couldn't have been the agent looking for me, who were presumably the individuals who destroyed all of the evidence of the occurrence, because, a bit like an SCP containment, they were trying to keep it entirely under wraps. But it's very, very interesting. It's only taking on the style of the first one again, in terms of having a mystery and lots of items that you can play around with, which I think in terms of building up a fun story, I think works better, probably, than focusing it more on a gameplay mechanic like the second game did with its stealthing. I'm not entirely convinced the kind of the ordering of events and sort of what items go where makes quite as much sense in this one. It could all just be around the glasses being used as a fuse, because that, I don't know, all the other uses of items anywhere, like, they all made sense, right? And it always sort of described things in a way which helped you figure out what you needed. Like, it described you needed something thin, so you needed the credit card, or I won't be able to open this until the cycle finishes, so that tells you need to carry on finding a way to get the power on in order to get the cycle running. And when it said, oh, we're missing a fuse, so we'll need to jury rig it, it meant I wasn't looking for a fuse, I was looking for something else, something electrically conductive. I wouldn't have thought of it as being spectacles, though, because maybe things were different back in 1984, but where I come from, all spectacles are made out of plastic, they haven't been made out of metal since, like, you know, Victorian era, but what would I know? So, it was good. It was good and it was enjoyable. Obviously, the few little bugs and things where, like, the sound broke, which I think was partially my fault, and when I got stuck on the windowsill and things. If that hadn't happened and I hadn't had to replay the game a couple of times, that certainly would have helped in terms of, like, the pacing and the overall enjoyment of it, which isn't the fault of the game, obviously, certainly not in terms of anything design related. So it was good. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one, but maybe that was just because I set my standards a lot higher. If I try to ignore the past two Copperport case files which I've just played and think about this on a purely objective standpoint of, is it a good game? It is a good game. It is a good, fun game. I think it's not as good as the first one, but maybe that's just because I'm making a comparison. so I'm not sure. But it's enjoyable, and I really look forward to seeing what else this developer goes on to produce in the future. So yes, those were the Copperport case files. I hope you enjoyed them. I certainly did. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.